And, you know, for me, I was in one of those positions just a little over a year ago where, you know, I was 2 months behind in my car note. I was selling shoes so my wife could have gas money to get to work. And life was just tough. You know, my kids' school lunches were in the negative, and I received a text message from a friend. And the message was really simple. You know, that friend asked me that I want to turn $50 into $10,000 in the next 90 days. And I said, absolutely, absolutely. What do I have to do? And so that's when they introduced me to this entire industry of trading foreign currency. And so from there, you know, they put me on the line with this lady, and come to find out, and we're going to talk about money, guys, you know, so all the numbers that we say, past profits definitely do not guarantee future gains. But, you know, they put me on line with this lady, and the conversation was really simple. She took $40 and she grew it to $1.3 million in 8 months. And I was just kind of shocked. I was like, nah, no way, right? No way. She took $40 and she grew it to $1.3 million in 8 months. And that was it for me. I was all ears. And so I was like, what do I need to do? You know, here I am. I'm in one of the worst financial situations I've ever been in my life. What do I need to do? I really didn't ask a lot of questions. And so I ended up flying out to Texas because I wanted to meet her. Just like you guys are probably thinking, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, man, it sounds good, but is it real? Is it real? And, you know, so I fly out to Texas. I don't know how I got the money, but I ended up making it out to Texas. I meet this lady, and when I met her, I'm looking at her shoes. I'm looking at the car she's driving. Even when I hugged her, I took like a deep whiff because I wanted to see if her perfume was like $1 million perfume. And this lady, she checked out. And from there, guys, I started my journey in trading. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I had no idea that this was going to completely change my life. And one thing I'll tell you is, for me, these are the that I did know. What I did know was this. I knew that in my moment of decision, I could completely change the entire course of my life. I knew that, like, see, most people think like these big major things have to happen in order for your life to kind of shift. But honestly, it doesn't. It could be something as simple as jumping onto an 8 p.m. Eastern webinar, hearing some information, that information completely changing the paradigm of where you are right now. And that's what I knew. So I knew that the decision that I made in that moment was going to be critical. So I ended up making the decision to get started. I plugged into this whole thing called trading. And my first night, guys, I made $7. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but I started my account with $50. And so I ended up making $7 my first night. So I'm really excited. I run downstairs. I tell my wife, I'm like, babe, we just made $7, right? And so from there, you know, I come into this thing. My best day, guys, was $6,000. I'm 27 years old. I'm that guy that I did 7 years in the military, right? I was a cop. I'm working 14 hours, and I'm doing 2 weeks. You know, I'm getting paid on the 1st and 15th, and I'm working 14 hours a day for 2 weeks straight to make anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000, right? And that was like at the top of my career, right? That's the most that I'm making. And so when I made $6,000 in one morning, everything, that was it. I said, you know what? For this next year, this is the only thing that I'm going to focus on. And so my best week, guys, was a $15,000 week. I made $15,200 in 5 days, all from trading the foreign exchange market. So I say that not to impress you, because I'm gonna be very transparent. I get it. We get introduced to stuff. People call you all the time, man, I got something that you got to see. I got something that you need to check out. Like, somebody always got something. Like, I'm just being real. I'm talking to you how I wish somebody would talk to me, right? And so the reason I'm telling you guys these numbers is not to impress you, but it's to impress upon you on what can happen in your moment of decision. And so here we are, we get plugged into this whole thing called trading, and I'm learning about it. And then, you know, now I want to share that information with you. The same information that someone shared with me a little over a year ago, I'm going to just kind of share that same information with you. And when we're done, you're going to be faced with a moment of decision, and you're going to have to decide whether or not this is something that you fit into your life, right? So as we're talking, there are going to be two conversations being had, right? And so the first conversation is a conversation that I'm having with you, right? The second conversation, do me a favor, guys, if you can, please mute your mics. I don't have control, so I can't mute my mic. But the second conversation is what you're going to be saying to you. And what you're saying to you is way more important than what I can say to you. So let's break it down. Let's get right into the meat and potatoes, because I don't want to waste our time tonight. But the meat and potatoes says this: there's this industry out there, there's this thing out there called foreign currency, or trading foreign currency. It's a $5.3 trillion a day industry or market. Most people don't know. Most people hear about the stock market and that's it. They don't know that there's a foreign exchange market, a cryptocurrency market, a binary options market. They don't know that there's something out there that they can be doing from their cell phones 24 hours, 5 days a week, that could be helping them put more money into their phone, and they don't have to go get a second job. I was the guy that was working in the military, and part-time, I'm working at Finish Line. So I'm going to work for 14 hours, 12 hours. I'm getting off work and I'm going to work at Finish Line, because I didn't know that there was a way I could make money from my cell phone without me having to go clock in again. The only way I knew to make more money was to get more jobs. And then I started meeting successful people, and they started telling me stuff like, yo, bro, 2 jobs are for 2 people. Yo, bro, 3 jobs are for 3 people. And I was like, dang, you know, like that kind of really stuck me. So they told me, instead of focusing on getting more jobs, you need to focus on having more streams of income. Things that you can, where you can make money and you don't have to show up and exchange your time for dollars. And so I was like, okay, cool, I'm with you. So now let's talk about this foreign exchange market. Why? Because it puts you in a position to have another stream of income, and you don't have to exchange you don't have to sell your time anymore for money. Because I heard once that the only thing that you have for sale is your time, then we're working backwards, right? So what is foreign exchange? It's the exchange of foreign currency. And so typically, and I'm going to do something that I don't normally do always. Let me see if I can figure this out. But typically, right, camera on. Okay, cool. So typically, have I been muted this whole time?
No, Jazz, I just muted everybody out. This is Lawrence.
Okay. All right, cool. I seen my mic mute. I was like, oh, no, I hope I haven't been muted this whole time. But so, guys, here we go, right? So typically, I'm going to share something with you. Like, what you see right here, this is what you call 20 Great British Pounds, right? And typically, I'll have like a $20 bill as well, but I spent it at the gas station. All we got now is these 20 pounds. So what most people see when they see these 20 pounds, imagine if I had a $20 bill as well, right? So you'll have a 20 pounds and $20 bills. And what most people don't know is, see, to the naked eye, they'll see 20 pounds and then they'll see $20 and they think both of them are just simply worth 20. And that's not the case. See, this $20 or this 20 Great British Pounds is worth more money than $20. And that actually fluctuates up and down every single day, all day, right? So today, this actually may be worth 30 American dollars. And if I hold on to it long enough, and long enough could be a few seconds, a few minutes, a few days, or a few weeks, I could hold on to this, and this could actually increase in value up to $40. So if I held on to it and now it's worth $40 for every 20, now I just made $20 or $10, I'm sorry, on top of, you know, what I already had. And that's the foreign exchange market. And so what we do, we just wait for these currencies to really change in value, and we buy low and we sell high. That's the thing. That's how, for me, I was actually able to, you know, make the money that I made in the time that I made, because I bought currency low and I sold it high. For example, my grandmother, I remember she would actually go down south. And when she would go down south, she would purchase watermelons for $2, and then she would come back to the city and she would sell them for $7 or $8. What did she do? She bought low, she sold high. We do the exact same thing with currency. We can make money when price is going up, and we can also make money when price is coming down. So therefore, this is a recession-proof deal that we're dealing with, right? So now you understand how the foreign exchange market works. And most people in this moment are saying, okay, I'm interested. Okay, this is something I can do from home, my cell phone, while I'm at work, while I'm at the grocery store. All it is me pushing a couple buttons. What do I need to do? So the only difference between you and myself right now is information. The knowledge. That's the only thing that separates us, right? So there's this guy named Christopher Terry, and what he did was he took all of the information, all of the knowledge, and he pieced it together in a company called iMarkets Live. And so iMarkets Live, right? Him and his wife, Isis Delatorre, they pieced it together in the company iMarkets Live. And so I break iMarkets Live down into 3 real simple categories. The first category is going to be education. See, when you get in, we don't trade your money for you, right? We don't make any money from the money that you make when you're trading. The only thing we do is simply educate you on how to trade. And so your job when you come in is just to simply go through the academy and learn the ins and outs. And so the first part of that is Iml Academy. What Iml Academy is these educational videos that are piled on top of one another. And so they're going to teach you the ins and outs of trading, right? We have these videos in multiple different languages. Like I told you guys, we're going to teach you and educate you on how to trade cryptocurrency if you want to learn, foreign currency if you want to learn, and binary options. And then the next phase of part 1 is IML TV. So now this is where you're going to gain access to over 60 master traders. You're going to have over 1,000 hours per month. And if you don't actually make one of their sessions, it's totally okay, right? It's totally okay if you don't make a session because all of them are recorded. See, when you come into trading, there's 1,000 ways to skin this cat. Everybody has a different strategy. Everybody has a different way that, they make money in this game. And you can choose, person 1 you may not like, but then you got 59 other options that you can choose from. So you get to actually plug into this IML TV session. And for me, that's the cheat code. That's my cheat code. That's where I go to see what, what's moving in the market. When is it moving and so on and so forth. So that's part 1, right? Part 1 is the education. You guys are going to have to learn the skill set. And then part 2 are our tools. What are the tools? Tools are things that are going to position you to earn while you learn. And so when I first got started, they told me, Jazz, all you got to do is copy, paste, and profit. I was like, man, listen, if I can't do anything else, I can copy, paste, and profit because that's how I got through high school. See, don't y'all judge me because I know there's some people on here that probably was copying and pasting and profiting in high school as well. And so now this time it's just going to make us a lot of money. So we have tools like the harmonic scanner. And so when it comes to the harmonic scanner, guys, all you have to do is log onto the site. It's going to literally tell you when to buy, when to sell, all of that good stuff. We have multiple different tools that fit you. We have 7 or 8 different tools that you can utilize on a day-to-day basis. And if you don't want to use all of them, you can just kind of a la carte a few of them. And so tools like the web analyzer, night owl sessions where the owner himself, the CEO with 25 years of experience and a guy who has taught Wall Street professionals, he's going to get on every Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, and he's going to educate you and teach you things about the market. And if you miss his sessions, it's okay. They're also recorded as well. Swipe Trades, one of my favorite apps. So with the Swipe Trade app, right, all you have to do is copy, paste, and profit. And if you can copy some numbers from one app to the next, you can make money. See, behind these behind these signals, these trade ideas are master traders. One of my friends I know, right, this guy has made more. He's made 6 figures in a month just simply from trading. And you get to pretty much borrow some of his trade ideas. We got Swipe Coin. And so with Swipe Coin, this is for cryptocurrency. You got Gold Cup. Gold Cup, it's like it's 90% accurate. Imagine going to Vegas and you got a 90% chance of winning on the blackjack table. You're probably going to go all in. Well, that's Gold Cup, right? So not only are we trading foreign currency, guys, we're trading commodities, we're trading indices, we're trading things like the US 30, the top 30 companies in the US. Like, guys, we're really knee deep. We're talking about big boy decisions and big boy money. We have apps like, Tik-Tok, where this is going to position you to stay connected with your favorite trader. So throughout the day, if a trade setup is coming, this pretty much positions you to stay connected with that trader. Now, how much is all of this going to cost you? It's $195 one time that you never pay again, and it's $145 a month. Now, for me, when I seen this, the $195 it wasn't a problem at all. Like, I was like, you know what? I'll figure that out. But I don't know about this $145 a month. I don't know about the $145 a month because, again, guys, I was 2 months behind in my car note. I'm selling shoes so my wife could have gas money to get to work. I was down bad. I did not know where my next check was coming from, but I knew that they said this lady took $40 and she grew it to 1.3 million. And so I was like, you know what? Like, I got to figure it out. And so if that's going to be, what's going to help me get to that next level, I cannot allow $145 to stop me. And let me just kind of pause and say this. See, what I've noticed I've been in the industry for 6 years. In the 6 years I've been in the industry, what I've noticed is people will allow small obstacles like $145 to stop them from becoming the person that they're destined to become. And I didn't want to be that guy. Also with different add-ons, you don't have to use all of our tools. Some of our tools actually come with the product, like the harmonic scanner. That actually comes with the first product. But guys, you can add on certain things like swipe trays, web analyzer, gold cup, bounce back. These are tools that people are using every single day, and they're positioning themselves to actually earn money. Now, if you share this with 2 friends, you don't have to pay that $145. Now, when I got started, for me, I was like, listen, I'm not selling this thing. I'm not sharing this thing. I don't even want nobody to know I'm doing this. Like, I'm trying to just kind of fly under the radar. And so my first time I made like $200. I couldn't hold, my grandma, she used to say, boy, you can't hold water. I couldn't hold water. I was telling all my friends like, yo, bro, I just made $200. So, I'm going to be real. Like, guys, we live in America. Everybody is doing so well. And so they were like, hey, you made $200. You pushed the button from home. Teach me. I want in. And my friends start slowly but surely kind of joining and jumping on board. And for that, it positioned me to kind of start taking a look at this quote unquote business side. So I'm going to talk briefly about the business and understand that the business is completely optional. You don't have to do the business. What really attracted me to the customer side is because, and this is something that most people won't tell you, but most people that join a network marketing company don't make money. What really was sexy to me was I knew that everybody that joined iMarkets Live, no matter if they were a customer or doing the business, they were going to be in position to make money. They didn't have to go knock on doors. They didn't have to sell their friends on, hey, I got something that you got to see. They didn't have to do none of that, and they could actually position themselves to make money as a customer. So let's kind of briefly talk about the business side, which is completely optional. So for me, guys, I got started in network marketing about 5-6 years ago. My first night in the industry, I made $1,000. 3 days later, I ended up qualifying for a brand new BMW. And so, for me, that kind of really opened my eyes. And so, that is when I really started taking this thing serious. And so with our company, this is what they say. They say, hey, if you share this with a friend, we'll pay you $35 for a direct commission. Like, we'll pay you a $35 direct commission just as a referral bonus, and if that friend shares it with someone, we'll pay you $10. And if that second person decides they want to share with someone, whether you know that person or not, we'll give you $5 for that person signing up. And so this goes 3 generations deep, right? So every time this happens, doesn't matter who does it, whether you know them or not, you'll actually get paid a direct commission. Then there's this thing called, residuals. We hear this in music and songs and stuff like that. There's this thing called residuals. And the company says if you share this with 12 friends or 12 customers, we will pay you $600 a month residually. And if you actually grow and you share it with 30 friends or customers, we'll pay you $1,000 per month residually. And so this breaks down weekly. They'll pay out the residuals every single week. Guys, in 90 days, my wife and I went from, hey, we don't want to share this with anybody, to having some of the best, the best trading days we've ever seen in our life, to sharing this with our friends. And we went a rank called Chairman 10. So at Chairman 10, the company pays you $10,000 a month, $2,500 every single Friday. And I say that again, not to impress you, but to impress upon you on what can happen in your moment of decision. In the next 90 days, everybody on this call, life can be completely different. What you know is life. And even if you have a good life right now, good is the enemy of great. You can go from good to great right now in the next 90 days, right? By simply sharing this thing with your friends and bringing more value to other people. Let's be real. What do you have to do right now at your job to just bring in an extra $600, per month? How many overtime hours do you have to work? Can you go to your boss and say, hey, I want a raise? Probably not. So what do you have to do right now? So, with this, it positions you to be able to actually do that. We have additional bonuses and things of that nature as well. So, guys, just to kind of wrap this thing up, let me just kind of say this. For me, I'm 27 years old. When I seen this thing a couple years ago, when I seen this thing a couple years ago, or a little over a year ago, I had no idea that, Forex even existed. And I went from, being broke to becoming a six-figure earner working from home. Guys, I'm in my home office working from home. So your life can also change. We're looking to impact and help you. We'd love to invite you over into our community, into our group, so you can kind of plug into some of the stuff that we got going on, and you can grow as a trader. You can grow as an entrepreneur. I did notice that one of my mentors, I don't know if he's still on the line, but I noticed one of my mentors, he's actually been in the industry for over 20 plus years. And he's been killing this thing right now. He's in position. He's what you would call a chairman 50, bringing in over $50,000 a month residually. He's probably one of the top traders that I know. I'm not going to put his numbers out there and say the trading stuff, but I will say this, guys. When you get started, you're going to start this thing for yourself, but not by yourself. You're going to have coaches and mentors, people that have done it, people that have already paved the way. They're going to come back, hold your hands, put you up under their wings, guide you and coach you on how you can create success for yourself as well. And one of those guys is my personal mentor. I like to call him Coach, Mr. Lawrence L.Y. Young. Sir, if you don't mind, man, maybe probably sharing just a quick testimony of what has the foreign exchange industry been able to do for you and your family this year.
Jazz, hey, man, I appreciate you, my friend. You did a fantastic presentation. I thank you so much for your leadership, everything you bring to the company, your stories. And, I relate to your stories so much, man, because I, too, used to be back in the day, man, working at Foot Locker and doing what I had to do for my family. And I was about your age. And, now I look back at some of the things that we do and the right decision that we make to make our family go vertical. And you came over to our company after being the top producer in your last company. You literally ran past everyone like they were walking backwards. And I can't thank you enough for your leadership. I just want to show you guys very quickly. Remember, past results don't guarantee any future profits. But this is just, for me, I'm a chairman 50 with iMarkets Live. I make great money, with $50,000 a month residual, with our company. Those ranks require hard work, dedication, focus, or whatever you focus on in life tends to expand, right? The trading side is why I got involved with this company. But I just want to show you guys, remember, past results don't guarantee future profits. Just only for inspiration. But just in the last 30 days, over $40,000 that I've made trading. Just in the last week, 13,000. And just today, I know the market just reset, but just already today, and I just got started for about an hour ago and the market just reset. But that's another, $285 I've made already. And man, we're just getting started, man. I mean, I'm so excited about what we could do with this particular platform. Education is paramount. We've always been told to go to school so we can get a good job. The problem is we're getting the wrong education. We've been literally hustling backwards our entire lives. Is because rich people, money work for them. Broke people, we go chase the money. So, I think what we're teaching people gives people a chance not only to change the paradigm for themselves, but now you can teach your kids and kids like Dr. Kathy, teaching their young children and grandchildren how to trade and be in a position where they don't have to get student loans when they go to college, right? I mean, they literally are getting the right information, giving them what the 1% to 3%ers do on a daily basis. So I'm excited about the information. We know this information won't be for everyone, yet anyone could do it. It's just a matter of what you want to focus on. Because think about this, having conversations with people who are in Forex who are making $1 million every single day. One of my top team members doing over $1 million every single day. And having those kind of conversations legally with someone just lets you know that there's no glass ceiling on what it is you can accomplish. And see, that's what you want. Where it doesn't matter what you look like, talk like, dress like. It's a level playing field. It's up to you, your work ethic, your focus, your goals and dreams. You literally can go straight vertical in 2019 with a little bit of focus and dedication. So, Jazz, I'll turn the call back over to you, my friend. I appreciate you more than you know. And hey, man, let's go help many earn plenty.
Boom. Just like that, guys. So there you have it, man. Thank you guys so much for spending the last 28 minutes with us. Here's the deal. What do you do from here? There are a few options, for us personally. And Coach, I really appreciate your story. I'm gonna be honest, man. I still get excited. 50 grand trade. Y'all have no idea. I'm pumped right now. But guys, what do you do, right? What's next? What's my next step? Go get with the person that invited you to tonight's webinar. Have them send you their link. They're going to send you the link. Once you receive that link, what you need to do is simply enroll. Once you enroll, they're going to add you to their respective team chats, and then you're going to start your journey from there. You're going to dive knee deep into the academy. We actually have a video by the one and only Chairman 50, Coach L.Y. Young, that shows you how he uses one of our products like the harmonic scanner, how he positions himself to make things like $50,000 per month, when it comes to this trading game. So guys, you're going to have access to all of that. I'm really excited. I'm really pumped up, so make sure you get that link. Make sure you get plugged in. Don't sleep on it. Don't waste too much time. Listen, this is what I'm going to tell you, man. When it comes to stuff like this, people will say, hey, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to sleep on it, or I'm going to do it next week. Let's just be real. If you wait from next week, what you're doing is you're taking off of the back end, right? See, there's going to be a learning curve, and there's going to be some things that you have to learn right now today. And so the way this thing works is compound interest, right? And so as we know, when it comes to compound interest, see, 10% of $100 is only $10. So you may look at it and say, hey, I'll miss out on that $10 today. But imagine when that $10 is $100,000, and 10% of that $100,000, right, is not the same as 10% of $100. So even though you're missing a day today, that's not coming off of the $100. That's coming off of the back end of that $100,000. Hopefully that makes sense. My point is this: let's get you plugged in right now. Let's go ahead and make a decision right now. I've always learned that successful people make up their mind fast and they change it slow. Let's change your financial future. Let's change your wealth portfolio. Let's get you in position to win. And let's make 2019 better than 2018. I love you guys. Thank you guys for spending this last 30 minutes with us. Y'all have a good night.